our old friend Spartansold. I haven't seen him for a little while. We're watching a. This is apparently a long. Oh, I can see that it's a long one. A long ZvT. What was this? 4K. He's versus I think it was a 4.210 Terran, 4.3. Did we go 15-15? Yeah, we did. Only with the one extractor trick though. Terran Scouts. Sees nothing of any real interest or difference. Bada bing, bada boom, top of the queen. This is a natural. Reaper and a Marine. Reaper's across the map. Here we go. Good defense. Easy. Yeah, get the queen on the front. It's always good to have. Yeah, here we go. Exactly right. An overlord here to catch this, because sometimes they will be a bit cheeky coming to here. I feel like this. No, that's alright. That's alright timing. That's alright timing. We're sitting on 2 base for a real long time. Are we planning on like flooding or something, or is this just like defensive? This is a late third, a very late third. And at 4K, you should. I don't know if that's a good idea. Unless this is some sort of build, but I don't know. He scans the nat, sees a Baneling nest, which went down a little earlier than 4 minutes. We also had a really early layer for that to be finished at 4 minutes. We're in a good work account though. We're in a good work account. He's made a Viking. Is it going to be BCs? No, it's not going to be BCs. It's going to be mech. A wheel mech. A really good mech. I do love this skin. The cell shading looks sick. It's actually a very small amount of units. Realistically, like 2 Hellions and 2 Cyclones and 3 Marines and a Viking.
Let's go kill something. SCV ready.
Our forces are under attack.
We are getting our upgrades. We probably see that it's mech, so we probably don't need to worry about drops as much as we do normally, so that's fine that we don't have vision, I guess, in the corners. But Liberators would also be a concern, obviously. Only 4 queens, so we're pretty light on the queens, so that we should be pumping out more drones. Yeah, we hit 60 drones at a really good time. I don't know what this Terran's doing. He's playing very passive.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, here we go. Hellion dive. I don't think we quite saw it on the minimap. Queens often forget about their jobs in situations like that. So, as your creep spreads, your overlords really should be coming forward. So every time you spread creep, your overlord should be coming to generate more vision in those directions. This one's a bit tricky, right? Because whichever direction you pick could be the wrong one. But basically, generally, you want to obviously, like, this is a really good overlord to have because it's going to see anything that comes up this way for a rotation or whatever. But just having a little bit of extra vision here probably could have given you time to be ready. These lings that you've made are sitting here, which I feel like is probably one of the least useful spots because you have lots of good vision here. this hole in the wall is quite far back, so they'd be able to defend that very easily. Whereas this one has a very short warning space, if you know what I mean, and so you're probably more likely to get a run by coming in here. And it's usually the way it works. They always seem to just find the one spot. We're going muta. Like 2-base muta. Interesting. They always tend to find the one spot where you don't have units. I just don't see this doing a lot. What are we doing behind it? We're droning. We are taking a fourth, which is good. We're spreading creep. We can't afford to get engaged. Yeah, nah. We can't afford to let them sit somewhere where the Terran can see us. Because as soon as he removes that threat, see how quickly he moved out, right? On his map, he can see them. All he needs to do is drag one into a fight, and boom, they're all gone. As soon as they're dead, he knows there's no more threat of muta. And he moves across the map, because you literally do have only like 2 muta, which are going to do nothing now. So our urgency should be on spending our money, building more queens, and getting ready for this. So have we got Bane speed? We don't have Bane speed, which is a problem. We got this like 4 minutes, and like I think it was like 3 minutes 50 or something into the game, and yet we don't have speed. And it kind of looks like we're doing a melee composition, or a bit of a mixed one. I'd love to see full saturation here, even if it is just for a little bit. Full saturation here as well would be really good, and get this back to full saturation. Our priority needs to be figuring out which direction he's going to be coming from, which is going to be this one, and having our units ready. So we see where he is, and I noticed that we haven't moved our army yet into position for it. We also didn't notice that we were getting supply blocked until now. Right? This is why it's probably important to be spending that lava as soon as you get a chance. As soon as you go to spend your lava and you can't, let's deselect. See there? We had, for a split second, we had 1 lava left. As soon as you see that, whenever you're trying to make units, that's your cue to just build overlords. You shouldn't even have to look up here for a split second. You should know that you need to build overlords. Our injects has stopped. He's on our doorstep now. We're supply blocked again. We're going to struggle to fight this with armor gun. These are slow Banes as well. And he's going to pick this base off for free. We researched Bane speed after we've already morphed all of our like 600 odd gas into Banes. We can see where his army is going. I just don't know if this is the play, but look, that was good enough, and that's it. That's all you want. I would be taking this base back as soon as possible to avoid getting smacked. We can see him on the map, and we probably need to react a little faster than this. We do clean up the... Oof. Where's all our queens? We've got queens. We do have queens, right? At this stage, because your injects aren't happening anyway, it probably might be worth just to pull. We have not got units to fight this. We have got roach speed, but it's not enough. This should have been probably Lings. Since you cleared out the Hellions as well, for the most part, that should have absolutely been Lings. This queen's dead. So when these hatch, we'll see what happens. We need to get our queens up here ASAP. File these down. We can't be fighting in these. Oh, those bars. Just go for it, go for it, go for it. got very clumsy biles here. We're missing this Liberator just... It shouldn't take 3 rounds of biles to clean up 2 Liberators. Especially when you had like... What was it, 7? 7 of them? He's floating a lot of money while doing this as well. Even though his macro is pretty simple. You're hemorrhaging... We're queuing up injects, which is good. But I think we can't keep following this back. We don't have... Versus Hellion Cyclone, units that can't get away are really bad. And so I think you don't want to be on his side of the map unless you know you have an overwhelming amount and you can force him into a gap like this or force him back into his natural, and then you can take out the outside bases. Because what you're doing is just rallying units across. Yeah, here we go. That's better. Now at this stage we have a little bit of time to recover, right? We know that he's panicked a little bit. He's back in his corner. So what do we need to do? We need to make a bunch of workers and then get back into making units ASAP. We're floating a ton of gas that we don't seem interested in using. You could easily go for a Nidus in this stage or get down your, what's that thing called? Infestation pit, just to try and catch. I think Rayner in his latest series of the EWC was actually using infestors to neural the cyclones to kill them, which worked out really well for him, I think, because yeah, Ravagers will take care of Hellions, Roaches will take care of Hellions. It's just the cyclones that are the real damage dealer of this army. So what's the question mark for? We've also lost all our creep spread on this side, which is a problem. So I'd love for us to get... I think we could probably do with making more queens, honestly, and just spending... Yeah, here we go. And spend like a small amount of time just re-spreading some creep, or at least getting some changelings out onto the map. This Ling is really good where it is. But just having like a changeling tucked into a corner here, or tucked in behind this big monstrosity, will give us some vision to help us understand what's going on. This is really bad. I think it's just F2'd at home like an absolute goon. You're in a commanding spot here. I think if you just I think you just stick to what you have. What have you got? Like 12 Ravagers. I think you just make a couple of Infestors to help clean up and catch the Cyclones. I think you could even just dump on this by just running in. Because this army isn't very big, and it will not fight well if it cannot get away. So, when you're maxed out, I think you should 100% be pushing this. Sneaky supply depot. Unfortunate. This is why we want to have overlords in our corners, right? We want to spot these as far away as possible. In some maps, I will even have them on their side or between gaps that are nowhere near bases that I'm interested in taking for a long time, just so you can see the Liberators actually moving around. Because we're probably on what, 30 workers? Oh, 23 workers lost. It's not as critical. But see, this army here, if you had shown yourself here, moved back, and had a couple of Infestors, when he chases, you can just start chain fungling on, and you will absolutely clean this up. We're biling it, but it's not really doing anything. You'd be better off biling as a... Oh, a two-prong attack, okay. You'd be better off probably biling defensively, so if he tries to chase you, you just bile. Oh. We're doing a lot of fighting in the fucking Liberator zones that don't need to happen. You don't need to gift these things free kills by fighting in them. You could have just cancelled the base, forced the lift off, and left. You don't have to fight into it. Try and bile it down, absolutely. Don't keep rallying Roaches in. You went from having an insane position there to not having a lock really quickly. Yeah, so you picked up the base, right? That's it. Leave. You probably could go to like Swarm Host off the back of this. I had a game last night where Zerg gave me a bit of trouble with Swarm Host, so you could probably go into that on the back of this. We do have a hive available, but we're not making it. There's a lot of free damage we're copying here from siege tanks and liberator zones where we're just standing in. Your economy is good though, and it's probably okay for you to be losing these units, but I think we could probably be greedier and start taking this space, and even take this space at this stage. I think if your opponent steps onto the map, he's in a pretty bad spot. I feel like you probably do want Corruptors at some point though to start cleaning these Liberators up. Because if you clean these Liberators up, it's a lot less DPS that he's holding, and it'd be very easy for a couple of like maybe 10 Corruptors come in here, hit this and kill it, and then fly away. And same thing with this, using Changelings to keep an eye on where his army is, so you don't get the Cyclones to lock onto you. Creep spread's going well. We're maxed out again. Even like a single Viper would be really good here. Or a Nidus. I feel like Nidus is so underplayed. We see this as well. So we need to be really ready for that. So you're building spines, but I'd love to see like a Spore Crawler here and maybe here to prevent him from sieging this up. A little bit of a map glitch. Yep, bile what you can. So you could bile here, right, and force him to move back. Yes, that's good, that's good. But at the same time, we could be attacking the other side. No, I think this isn't too bad. The other thing as well, a Viper will help you yoink these. So when you yoink Liberators, they become unsieged. So slowly though, your fights are getting slightly less good trades, which is going to start putting him in a good spot, and he's going to start maxing out as well. When he maxes out, then you're really in trouble. Because you're not really dealing with the number of Liberators, you're really dealing with the number of tanks. And with your army as well, like, you can make these all into Ravagers, and you can just walk up here, bile this, and leave. And I promise you, he won't even react by the time it's gone. All the SCVs will have no idea what the hell is happening, and suddenly they're dead. When Terran starts getting comfortable to this position where they can start dropping down extra CCs and stuff, then we really need to start worrying. We're going to lose the Queen. Very, very brave for him to come straight through like that. So the problem is we can't... I mean, we can, but we really don't want to engage this in this position like that. We don't want to push back into anywhere where tanks and Liberators are getting free damage on us, so this is really good to pull back on. But this is the exact kind of opportunity. He's not killing creep, right? So you can see him the entire time. Just a handful of infestors would absolutely wreck this. And if you take a good trade versus this, the rest of the army is tank Liberator. You could just almost like swarm it with Ling Ravager and just start biling it down. Or Swarm Hosts. A couple of Swarm Hosts, a Nidus. A Nidus in the back here would be really good. He's getting upgrades. We're not moving along as fast as I thought they might. No, I don't mind that. And then, so we want vials here, right? There we go, some better vials. Got a lot of gas. Why have we got so much gas? I feel like What's these things? A Greater Spy and Broodlords would be a really good answer to what he's doing. This was unfortunate. We're also not trying to flank at all. Oh, good vials. But yeah, right? Blinding Clouds are nice, but we lose two Vipers for it, and didn't really capitalize on it, right? Because he can move. This is a fast army. This army, overall, is faster than your army, even when you're on creep. Almost. Actually, not when you're on creep. That's the only time it's not faster. But even still, it's not good. So, you don't really want to Blinding Cloud it, because it can just move out of the way really quickly. Blinding Cloud versus like tanks and Thors is really good, because they cannot move as fast. So this would have been better to bring this from here, and literally just yoink everything out. Very lucky not to lose that. So you weren't even trying to attack him at the same time, and so those Vipers did not get anything of any real value. We're going to go for another one. We're going to yoink. And something like that absolutely will work. You can do that for the rest of the game. Just need to make sure they don't die. Because this tank Liberator trash is really hard to fight into. He's not even going heavy on the planetaries. Like for me, I'd be going like just walk in and pile it. We're so gas heavy, but I'm just worried that our late game doesn't contain any gas heavy options. You don't want to fight in the Liberator zones. Far out. Good biles, and that's exactly what you could do. Bile this down, show your presence, and then move somewhere else instead. Like a single Nidus here with some lurkers. I don't know why Zerg players are so averse to using lurkers, because they're insanely good. Got Corruptors. Now, Corruptors is an issue for me, showing them early. Oh my god. Showing Corruptors early is an issue because it leads into Broodlords. Usually. For some reason I don't think you're interested in Broodlords. But that's what my mind would be thinking if I saw this. If I saw Corruptors randomly, I'd be thinking Broodlords. Terran is now maxed. You're at 150. You're about to lose the Corruptors you built because you weren't watching them. They kind of got into the middle of the map. And this base, like, Spines cannot do anything here. I don't know why you droned that first instead of droning this one, which is a safer route. Assuming the Corruptors are to take out the... What are these things called again? The Liberators, but I don't see that happening, honestly. Terran may be mining less than you by a good chunk, but he has definitely made you pay for it the entire time. Oh, that was nice of him. 38 kills on a single siege tank is nothing to laugh at. I think we have overcommitted ourselves into position. So I played a ZvT, a TVZ last night. A long one too, similar to this, where I opened in a similar fashion, very turtly, and I went to like Cyclone Hellion. He went into Swarm Hosts, and what he was able to do with that is drop the Locust down on my siege tank formations, and then come in and try and wipe out everything that was left. And so through doing that, he was able to keep my siege tank numbers down. He was able to consolidate positions. He was able to wipe bases out very easily. Because the Swarm Hosts, the Locusts, obviously land. Siege tanks shoot themselves almost, trying to get rid of the Locusts. It's really difficult. So something like that. I've never seen a Zerg do that before, and then he switched into Broodlords, which was really hard for me to keep up with as well because I'd already lost so much trying to establish new bases. And I think 100% something like that would work for you. You have a shit ton of gas. I'm just worried that this is well and truly over already. This has probably been over for like the last 5 minutes. He just wanted to make sure 100% that it is over before he commits to walking across the map with everything. So when Terran unsieges everything and walks across the map, you probably should know that the game is over because this is only the kind of thing that Terran does when they know this game is 100% truly won. You have nothing really to contest this that I can see. We're being on that, which is nice and cute. But I mean, if he wasn't building turrets, he could have repaired that actually, and he's got the civvies here. But yeah, we're pretty dead. Again with the blinding cloud, but if you're not going to attack after it, the blinding cloud is basically useless. It's a dead weight. These should be cancelled because they're going to pop. If they do pop out, they're just going to get. Yep. We're rallying units still into this mech ball. Yeah, the game's truly over here. Now we're going to lose these. There's nothing you can do at this stage in the game. We lost too much over a consecutive period of time. I don't really want to load up my replay from last night because it is like a 25-minute one as well. Honestly, I think if you get stuck in a position like this again, you establish safety with the Roach Ravager Ling, and then you head into Swarm Host, and you just keep the Terran on his side of the map. You just focus hard on creep spread, maintaining your economy, and then getting Swarm every single time the Swarm Host is ready. Send them out into a base and have the Ravagers follow up. Then he can't build tanks, and also they're free units, so like if you lose them, no big deal. If they kill one tank, great. If they kill 3 or 4, even better. There's just a lot of reasons that they're good, not a lot of reasons that they're not. But this game, if the Terran's ever in this position, the game is over. You had to know that this game was over at this stage. You hadn't really damaged. Oh, you did do. Where did these worker kills come from? I don't remember that many workers getting killed. When did this happen? Either way, the game is well and truly over. Terran knows it. You must know it as well. I think it's probably safer to just tap out and conserve your energy for the next one. Because these kind of losses, they take a bit to swallow. Although this here is probably one of the better fights you've had all game. We spent, not we, technically you spent so much of your game fighting in tank range and fighting in liberator range that it was only a matter of time until you bled yourself out. I'm seeing here like a 20k resource deficit when you weren't really, even in the better spots of the game, you were maybe 700 resources a minute better. You just cannot keep up that momentum taking trays that bad. Doesn't even get range. Oh, I love PF range and missile turret range. I think it's such a good upgrade. We're doing some damage with the run bars, which is nice. I don't think you can really. You just literally can't fight his composition. He's dropped the mules to try and repair, but then forgot. Killing the geyser that's empty is a really good use of his DPS. If I was him, I'd probably build some ravens, honestly. Just to try and use some of that gas up. It's a frustrating loss, but that's yeah, you were committing way too hard here. I feel, and it just none of it was paying off. Absolutely none of that was paying off. Um, I think yeah, that's pretty much where that's going to end up. Um, so, oh, sorry, Ghost Trick. I didn't have the chat window up. I was hyper focused. I'm heading off now though. I'm done for the night. I'm knackered. I fell asleep accidentally. It's wiped me out. Thank you for stopping by though. But yeah, I'll post this one up to YouTube for what's his name? Spun, I think it was, and let him know. But yeah, I think that was just a rough game because we just were overcommitting into bad positions over and over and over again, and yeah, eventually we knocked ourselves out with a killing blow. So bad luck.